Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on Superman. We've got to break down this new sneak peek that is released as part of Superman Day today. Gotta talk about that, break everything down in this video, so let's go ahead and get into it. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. Thanks for the support on the recent Superman videos. They've been doing pretty well, so we're gonna continue the coverage. Obviously today was Superman Day, so naturally we were expecting something to drop today, and we were actually treated to a very good behind the scenes sneak peek into Superman, and that was posted on DC's channels earlier today. It was about 7 hours ago. I'm finally getting around to actually breaking this down, talking about what was shown in it, because there's a ton of new footage. Obviously some of it is behind the scenes, but it gives you a good look at what some of the scenes are going to be like in the film, plus some actual footage. So yeah, there's a whole lot to break down, so let's go ahead and get into this. So first things first, look at this photo right here. We got the whole Superman cast, or at least the main cast, and they're all dressed in the House of L crest and the new t-shirts. Actually, Warner Brothers UK was kind enough to actually send me one of these. Maybe you guys saw my post online if you follow me on X or Twitter, and they actually sent me one, so maybe I'll wear one in an upcoming video. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, they're all repping the Superman merch. Looks great. Thought I would just mention it at the start of the video. But let's go ahead and get into this. So the main focus of the behind the scenes sneak peek is 100% trying to get us to understand exactly what type of Superman film this is going to be. There is interview snippets from a bunch of the actors, including Nathan Fillion, Rachel Brosnahan, and also of course David Corenswet, but also James Gunn is in it and Peter Safran's in it. They basically give us the gist of what James is actually going for and how the shoot went, and to give us kind of that behind the scenes look at, you know, how the day-to-day went on Superman. Obviously they're just showing the best bits, and you know, certain buzzwords are said by certain actors that you would kind of expect for this, because it is part of their promotion, and obviously they are leading towards July. Now we're in like kind of mid to late April right now, so it's the 19th when I'm recording this video, so we don't have too long until it's coming out. So it's great that they've used Superman Day to show us a good new look at some of the new footage. So let's break down the footage and talk about what is actually seen. So I'm not necessarily going to be going through this chronologically, but I got a bunch of screenshots that we need to break down. And the first one that I want to talk about is this. This is like in one of the Warner Brothers film studio lots, and you got James Gunn, Peter Safran's in the background with a couple of other workers who worked on the film. And James Gunn is here, and he is with one of the Kryptonian robots, right, that you saw in that sneak peek the other day that they released before the Minecraft movie came out. So it turns out it looks like these are actually real, or they're not CGI, which is just crazy. Like, he literally high fives the robot. I think he is controlled by the guy behind him, so it's some sort of robotic mechanism, and it kind of has the mannerisms of a kind of robotic human, I guess. But yeah, that guy seemingly is controlling it, and I just think that's such a great use of practical effects. That's something that most films in Hollywood would not think to do, and I think by adding that you're going to get more realism, and I'm all in for this. I just needed to mention this because I think that's great. More of this, please. So let's move on to this. We got James Gunn. He is here directing, sitting inside Mr. Terrific's ship, and this gives us a first proper good look at the interior of the ship, and it looks like he's at the front of the ship, and you've got a couple of seats behind him. But yeah, this looks great. You got the red, you got the white. It definitely looks very futuristic and very fitting for Mr. Terrific, so I'm really liking how this looks. But let's move on to talk about that little scene in the middle of the behind the scenes look, where you've got the interaction between David Corenswet and Nicholas Hoult. Obviously they're being very friendly because they're just talking in between takes. David's talking about how it's liberating to have the trunks on the outside rather than like on the inside, and they're just having a laugh here. But yeah, it's great to see them side by side. I think they look very good as the characters. Obviously Nicholas Hoult is going to be less smiley in the film as Lex Luthor. He can definitely play evil. He can really go for that. And David Corenswet, I mean, he looks like a great Superman, to be honest, guys. Obviously this is quite a nice moment between the two of them, but it's definitely going to get way more feisty in the film. Okay, so let's move on. Rachel Brosnahan and David Corenswet and Nicholas Hoult all have little snippets of footage where they're on set and they're showing the behind the scenes camera around, showcasing the set, talking about the first day, which I suspect is going to be part of like a behind the scenes documentary that they're probably working on. Looks very good quality for what they're doing, and it gives us a good insight into the day-to-day of what it's like shooting Superman. And I love the Rachel Brosnahan intro when she's in the Daily Planet, because yeah, it just feels like she's actually Lois Lane showing us around, but no, it's actually an actor who is showing us around. And after that, we get a bunch of shots of Lois. We got this amazing shot right here of Lois, and she is looking up at Superman. I presume this is in their apartment. This is definitely the same scene that you've seen in a bunch of trailers and footage of that crazy kind of cosmic light that's going off in the background, like in Metropolis. And they're in the apartment and they're having this nice moment together. We cut to this next shot. We got a crisp, good look at David Corenswet as Superman as he looks down at Lois, and it's during that same moment 100%, because you can see that kind of pinky green kind of ray of light in the background. Now let's talk about this next shot, because wow, does David Corenswet look great. He looks fierce, he looks intimidating. This is kind of more of like a Henry Cavill stance, I would say. In all the other photos and footage, he really looks a bit, you know, not, I wouldn't say softer, but like more friendly. He looks younger, is what I'm trying to get at. He's not a hardened version of Superman. He hasn't gone through a ton of stuff. Like, it's kind of been compared to Year 2 Superman, because he is, you know, not brand new, but he is relatively new to all of this. But yeah, he's looking fierce. This is definitely like a poster shot or some sort of promo that they were doing, because you got another shot right here of Hawk Girl. This is not traditional lighting. This is definitely photo shoot lighting, and they've got a camera on them. Seems like they're doing a couple of things for maybe social media or for any documentaries or anything. But yeah, they both look great. Talking of actual footage, we've got Superman here, and he is holding up something in the air. Could be a car, could be something different. I have no idea what it is, to be honest, but that is the kind of classic Superman pose, holding up a car. You know, if you look back at like Superman Lois, obviously in the early seasons, you got to see Superman kind of in his first suit that his mum made, and he holds up a car and he saves a little kid. But also there's tons of examples in the comics of Superman doing that kind of classic lift as he shows his full force during scenes like this. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Now let's move on to the next shot, and this is a great shot of Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. You got the sunlight right on the side of his face, got the shadow. It's a proper Lex Luthor shot here. Now this could also just be the behind the scenes camera, so maybe we're going to see a different angle of this in the actual film, but this is great lighting. It really evokes that kind of sinister, mischievous and very threatening mood that Lex Luthor obviously gives. And as we get towards the end of the behind the scenes sneak peek, we get a bunch of shots of some different scenes in the film, but also some behind the scenes. We got this one of Lois. Rachel Brosnahan is here. She's seemingly in the Daily Planet. She's smiling. She's having a good time. It's just a nice moment. Like, I just wanted to include it because, yeah, I really do actually appreciate them actually enjoying themselves. Obviously, it was probably quite a grueling shoot, but if you're doing what you love and it's a job, I mean, that's just a win. So it's good to see them all smiling and everything like that. But let's talk about this next shot, because oh my god, does David Corenswet look great as Superman. The suit looks amazing. He's in the fortress. This is just like proper Superman. His cape is flowing in the wind, and look at his hair, it looks perfect. So wow, what a shot. Let's just talk about the last few shots after this. We got another photo of Lois Lane, and she is being shot at this point. This is out in the streets of Metropolis. There's a ton of chaos in the background with rubble everywhere. And likewise, we have a shot of Superman, and you can see the actual angle on the camera to the right of the screen. And basically this is a similar kind of moment. It could actually be during the same point in the film, but Superman looks great. He looks stern, he looks determined. I would say that's probably the best way to describe this, and the suit just looks so good with the lighting. Man, like, I'm so excited to see this film. Talking of great shots, look at this. This is Superman as he looks up into the sky. You see that anger on his face. He's gonna go for it. He's about to fly off. You can tell because he's got all the wires connected to him, and that's how they do it when they film. Obviously they remove it afterwards by using CGI. So yeah, this is just a great proper Superman shot. And the behind the scenes look ends with this amazing close up of Superman's cape, and you see the House of El crest contrasting between the yellow and the reds of the cape. Man, it just looks so good, and you get the overlay of the main Superman logo. And yeah, I'm just such a huge fan of all of this. I'm really looking forward to the film. Every time it's showing in the cinema, I'm like, Superman, let's go. And I'm just so ready for this. So let me know, do you want to see more Superman videos? Please be sure to tell me down in the comments below if you're liking them. Also, leave a like on this video, really help this video get out there, and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. But for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.